What's up everybody, Noble Comics here, and to make this quick video because I've seen this debate popping up more for some reason on Twitter, on some shows that I listen to, and that is the Aang versus Korra debate, and I want to put it to rest once and for all, both as a series versus series and character v character. Now, I think the answer is obvious. The OG Avatar The Last Airbender is absolutely a better show than Korra. Season 1 of Avatar starts out a little bit slow, extremely memorable though, extremely good, solid 7, 8 out of 10. Season 2 builds on that, adds more great characters, great storylines, great action, easily 8 or 9 out of 10. And Season 3 of Avatar is like some of the greatest animation ever put to screen, both storytelling-wise, action-wise, whatever. 10 out of 10. It's great, it's perfect. Now, we all know that though. That's not really in question. The real question is Korra good or not? Season 1 of Korra, kind of boring. Not really that good. Don't really like the setting, but it's not, I would not say it's a bad show. Probably solid 6 out of 10. Season 2 of Korra is where we start to turn downhill. That's where we see this retarded storyline against a kaiju, and she kaiju fights. We learn about the early Avatar, which was kind of cool, but took up way too much time in my opinion. We see her completely obliterate the Avatar lineage, which is just a stupid move on her part. And we see the trend of her never beating a single main villain from the series on her own. Because Season 1, she doesn't beat Amon. She doesn't beat him on her own, at least. Season 2, she doesn't beat, was it Vatu? Doesn't beat Vatu on her own. Another failure. Now, Season 3 of Korra, I will say, is good. It's the best of the series by far, and Zahir is a great villain. The harmonic convergence thing and the crossing over of the spirit world into the real world, that's fine. I didn't really have a problem with that. But yeah, Zahir is great. His fights with Tenzin are some of the best in the series. His fight against Korra is also very good. But again, it's the same problem of Korra not being able to beat a guy in a 1v1. She can never win those 1v1s. Even in the Avatar state, she doesn't beat Zahir in a 1v1. Now, the rest of his crew is also pretty interesting and pretty good, and we get some pretty good story elements in this season. Tenzin has good story elements, both against Zahir and with his brother who gets airbending. We see Bo Lin get some good character development with his lava bending, which is cool. So overall, a good season. Great action. It's a solid 7 out of 10. You'd think it'd be higher for all the praise that I'm giving it, but maybe it just seems that good compared to the other seasons, because if you rewatch, like, Avatar Season 2, Season 3, yeah, this season's definitely below them, but I'd put it above Avatar Season 1, probably. And then you get to Season 4 of Korra, which absolutely sucks. They have those weird, terrible, 3D animated, like, robot kaijus that she's fighting. It's absolutely terrible. The story is bad at this point. It does not go off on a good note the way that the original Avatar went off on a good note. It just was not a good ending, and again, doesn't beat a single villain on her own. Never does. Aang, when he squared up to Fire Lord Ozai, Aang won his 1v1. In the beginning it was a little sketch, but as soon as he went into the Avatar state, it was an absolute slaughter. Grabbed bro by the goatee and absolutely whipped his ass. I mean, you don't see anything like that in Korra. Aang just seems so much more powerful than her, which feeds right into the, well, who would win in a fight, like Aang versus Korra? Obviously it's Aang, which is weird because his character is more of a pacifist, and Korra's character is more of this, like, rough and tough, scrappy brawler. But when we see her fight, she doesn't really have much of a record to base anything off of. She never wins. She always loses. So I don't know how you can say that she would beat Aang. Even when Aang's 12 years old, he is going to wipe the floor with her, especially if he goes into Avatar state, because when Aang's in the Avatar state, dude is unstoppable. Whenever Korra's in the Avatar state, she still gets beat by Zahir, and I know that she was poisoned and she was weakened. Still, if it was Aang in the situation, Aang would have won, because he is the GOAT. And I will say, when it goes to like which series is better, back to that again, I will say Korra has the disadvantage because she started with all the elements right. Whereas for Aang, we had to see his journey of learning the four elements and then getting some great friends along the way and building that story up like that. Korra doesn't really have that. What they tried to do instead was have it be a more character driven drama, and that really didn't work because none of the characters are as good as the original. They all seem sort of like rip-offs of the original characters. None of them have the cultural staying power of the original characters. And so it kind of turned out that people didn't really care about the story, and it wasn't really that good. So that's what we got left with. So yeah, Korra is mid at best. OG Avatar is obviously better. And in a fight, Aang obviously wipes. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next one.